You're listening to the Third Down Squad podcast, the best international news podcast for the National Football League. We're your hosts, Derek, Josh, and Toby. Let's get you ready for new set downs on Sunday.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Third Down Squad podcast. Guys, we have a special guest. Dixie is joining Josh today.
Yep.
You know, Dixie, Dixie and I have a love-hate relationship. Last time I was there, she didn't like me for part of the time that I was there, but it's okay, Dixie. I forgive you nonetheless. Okay. Today we're gonna be. Oh, okay. Thanks. We're gonna start our mock draft here. Finally, we got all three of us on here. So, Toby, how are we doing the order? Is it me, you, Josh? How's that going?
I guess Derek, we said you're gonna start. Yeah, I can do second and Josh goes third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Really.
So save the best for last. All right.
Yeah.
Jacksonville
Totally.
Jaguars first pick. It's Trevor Lawrence. I really don't have to second guess this one. Trevor Lawrence there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That is so true.
Not gonna argue about that.
I'll argue it. You want me to? It's a stupid decision to take Trevor Lawrence.
Trying to get this
Jacksonville
done, bro.
shouldn't.
Jets second pick. Toby. Make the pick that everyone's making.
Yeah. It's gonna be Zach Wilson. It's not gonna argue about it. I think same as with Trevor Lawrence. Everybody's on the same page here.
Mhm.
Josh, yours third pick. San Francisco.
San Francisco. I've seen a lot of people decide to take. I really think that they're going to take Justin Fields at 3
Okay.
with the 49ers.
Good.
Yeah, I think top 3 we can all agree that's probably locked in for next week.
Yep.
I think number 4, the Atlanta Falcons. Now that's where it's gonna get a little bit more interesting.
That's where the portfolio diversifies.
Yep.
Yep.
I just made a trade. At the
right.
fourth pick. The Falcons traded away the fourth pick to the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals gave
right.
up their 16th pick, their 49th pick, and gave up a second rounder next year as well for this pick. And they are going to select Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. Kyle Pitts, the generational athlete that he is right now, you know, makes that offense even more deadly than what it already is. So there we go. Arizona, Kyle Pitts.
All right.
Cincinnati Bengals, Toby, number 5.
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals. Basically, both the players that I'm looking for with the Bengals that are need for them are still on the board with the Kyle Pitts pick here. They could either go Penny Sewell and protect their young quarterback, but I'm gonna go with the college connection with his old wide receiver in Jamar Chase.
Oh my God!
Getting the LSU gang back together.
You're one of those. I hate you. I hate you right now, Toby. So protect the quarterback. What did we just see last year? What happened?
Well, we just saw like the beginning of the slow decline of Joe Burrow.
Yep.
All right. So then I guess that makes the Dolphins next, right?
Dolphins number 6. Yes.
Well, with the best left tackle prospect in a couple of years, I believe that the Dolphins will use their pick for Penei Sewell to protect their guy in Tua Tagovailoa.
As they absolutely should. They absolutely should do that. It's a good first pick. All right, number 7, Detroit Lions. No doubt that they definitely need a wide receiver after losing their star guy in Kenny Golladay. With Jared Goff now joining the team, you need somebody to help him out. It's all about which receiver is the best. Which one you thinking? I'm gonna pick one that I think might surprise you guys. I'm gonna go Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama, over Devontae Smith. I think Waddle fits the Lions scheme better. I think he's an overall better receiver, not just from an explosive point, but just with overall how he can play the game. So Jalen Waddle to Detroit. Toby, your turn. Carolina Panthers here at number 8.
I totally agree with you on the Waddle pick. I definitely had the same on my mock draft right in front of me. So my next pick is really easy. They have a new quarterback down in Carolina with Sam Darnold. Give him another weapon down there, Devontae Smith, going right next.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought Russell Okung still has a chance to get re-signed, so they'll probably
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Denver Broncos, Josh, number 9.
All right. Well, going into this one, it's kind of hard to tell if the Broncos, i.e. John Elway, still believes in Drew Lock. And for this one, I'm going to say that they don't. I'm going to have them take Trey Lance. With
as I've been saying too.
Yeah.
I've been saying the same thing. A lot of people keep trying to tell me, "Oh no, they need the other weapons." Well, I don't think they truly think they have their quarterback yet, and Trey Lance is there. So
yep.
Okay, so didn't Dallas lose their tackle this year? Didn't he retire? Or do they still have their left tackle?
Their center. I think it was their center that retired.
I think it was somebody in the offensive line at least.
I think it was Travis Fredericks.
Oh yeah, it was Fredericks. Yeah, Fredericks was the interior offensive lineman. I think they'll figure that one out a little bit later in the draft. There's a couple of guys in the second and third round that you could probably get one of those. But I think I'm gonna take a note out of my friend's pocket here. And think that the Cowboys are going to go with a corner. And I think that they're going to go after a guy that has been climbing up a lot of people's boards. And if it wasn't for a notification that I just got that said that Dallas has a unique way of figuring out which corner is the best, they just confirmed it was J.C. Horn. So which is exactly what I'm doing here. J.C. Horn to Dallas. He's going to be the first corner taken off the draft board. Number 11, Toby, the New York Giants.
All right, the New York Giants. Like you said earlier, protect your quarterback. That's something the Giants didn't do last season, and that's something they have to pay more attention to this year. And therefore, I'm going with Rashawn Slater, the tackle from Northwestern.
It's a good pick. Josh, number 12, the Eagles.
All right, now I'm going to pretend that Nick Sirianni played rock, paper, scissors with this man to know what he means, because this whole team needs work. And I think if Jalen Hurts, I know he says a competition, but if you want him to succeed, you'll need to have him get help. And I think that the Eagles will draft Najee Harris, the running back out of Alabama, right here to help him out, man. It's a mock draft. Come on. And I think it's gonna happen.
All right. I gotta find him because he's not on the top.
Yeah, he's a bit further down.
Yeah, a bit further. Okay. I would have picked about 20 different guys over that, but that's fine.
Yep.
We're like you said, it's a mock draft. We're all
and
about
remember,
having fun.
Hey, in this storyline I just made up with him, he won rock, paper, scissors and played competitively with Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
So you know that he's going to be there. I know it's
all right,
also
back to reality here.
All right, yeah.
The Chargers with the 13th pick. They obviously need a tackle, and they need some help to protect Justin Herbert. I'm going to do what Toby didn't do with Joe Burrow and draft a tackle, and the best one available, Christian Darrisaw, a guy that can not only play tackle, but can also play guard. He has played in multiple different positions, so very flexible guy, very good player there. So, Toby, 14th pick, the Minnesota Vikings.
The Vikings are a bit
Don't
of
forget,
a tough one.
guys, if you want to, you can do trades if you want to.
Yeah.
I already did one. So if anyone wants to potentially do a trade, then you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, I gotta look a bit further down to see if somebody could potentially jump up here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing that much. I guess there might be a chance because the Vikings, I don't really see a great fit for them, for a guy that wouldn't really go later in the round. But the only two teams that I could see that might jump up for maybe Micah Parsons are the Saints and the Green Bay Packers at 28 and 29. But I'm not really sure if either of them really wants to go up. So for that, I don't really think the Vikings can't make a deal right here, and their biggest need is the offensive line. Best offensive line player on the board right now is Elijah Vera Tucker. So it's a bit of a reach, but the Vikings are going to do it.
I don't really think it's that much of a reach, to be honest with you, Toby. I know PFF has him a little lower, but Vera Tucker has played guard and tackle at USC.
Yeah.
He does a lot of different things. I think that's a very decent pick.
I know, and PFF has him a bit low for me as well. I like him more in the around the 20 range in my rankings. But it's not much of a reach, but a little bit.
Give me 1 second here, boys.
All right, Josh is up anyway.
All right.
Okay.
So all right. So who's
number
up
15,
right
the New England Patriots.
all right. With this one, I think that this might be like Bill Belichick kind of having a reach here, but I also don't think so. I think he's going to take Mac Jones with this pick to get that
Josh
new
with the quarterback picks today, bro.
Yeah.
That's it for you, man.
Mac Jones all the way for this one.
All right. Okay. Now the number 16th pick, which I traded, and now the Falcons are on the clock. For me, I think that they're gonna go defense here. It's just ultimately a question of which player makes more sense to draft at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, normally consensus, I would say go get a corner here because there's still one on the board that I think a lot of people would definitely like. There's actually two of them. My only issue is I am not sure if I want to do Certain or if I want to do Parsons here. But I think the general consensus tells people go with the corner, go with the guy that a lot of people have said is the number one. And that's what I think that the Falcons are going to do. I have them selecting Patrick Certain the second from Alabama. It'll be a close decision, but I think that's what they got. All right, Toby, number 17, Las Vegas Raiders.
I think the Raiders would have loved Certain there if you would have gone with Parsons. That would have been a great pick right there. But Raiders definitely need more guys in their secondary. Also at safety, therefore Trevon Moehrig is going to be the pick for me for Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very interesting one because I had my guy Darian, who's a Raiders YouTuber, and he said that same pick. I was like, safety's not the biggest need out there, but a lot of people have said, Moehrig's climbing up boards, and he said that he's a much better player. So that's very interesting. All right, Josh, you have the Miami Dolphins again. You selected their tackle. So now what do?
Now I think that they need help on the edge. So I think they'll take Azeez Ojulari from Georgia off of the
Ojulari,
edge.
okay.
Ojulari, yeah.
All right, taking him a little sooner than a lot of people would have him, but If you think he's worth it, then you go do that.
I think he is.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So Washington here, man. Washington at pick number 19. Now their defense is very stellar. But when it regards to their needs, quarterback they don't necessarily need right now. I think that they're complacent with having Fitzmagic in their building right now. They can focus on that in a year from now. They got Curtis Samuel to add to the wide receivers with Terry McLaurin, so they don't have to worry about that. There's no tight end you would take right here, and there's not a tackle that I think they're going to reach for. So you go with the best player available right now, and that is Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. Yes, their defense is already really good, but adding the speed and the strength of Micah Parsons to that defense is just too good to pass up.
Yeah, definitely. Would surprise me if Parsons actually falls that far.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, number 20, the Chicago Bears. What do you think?
All right, the Bears. I would love a quarterback right here, but they seem to be really keen on a Andy Dalton. So I guess if they really want to have Dalton as their number one quarterback there, why not give him a weapon in Rashad Bateman to throw the ball to?
Oh, wow. You didn't go tackle. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Josh, do me a favor and trade, please.
Hold on. Let me just go over my notes. Okay.
You can take my opinion, if I'm allowed to give my opinion here.
This is the internet. You're not allowed. What you're saying?
Jacksonville at pick 25 or New Orleans at pick 28, or you could even go further back and get into the 30s.
All right. So here's what I was thinking.
I can try a trade and see if it works. I can try and see.
Let me see. So just so I know because I'm putting this together as we speak. What are the offensive linemen that are already off the board, if I may ask?
Yeah, I got you. So what we got for offensive linemen? Sewell's already off. Rashawn Slater is off. Christian Darrisaw is off. Elijah Vera Tucker is off. And that is it.
Okay.
That's it for right
now. All right. Let's try this out. Ready, Derek? All right, I'm gonna have the Colts trade out of the first round with the Pittsburgh Steelers, having them move up to the 21st.
What pick is that for Pittsburgh in the
Pittsburgh? For Pittsburgh in the second round, it would be
Pittsburgh is 55.
Oh, it doesn't have that option in the PFF one.
It doesn't?
Yeah, it doesn't have that.
All right. Well, all right. How about this? We have them just trade back with the Steelers in the first round anyway.
Okay.
And then with that, they would get the 24th pick. Yeah, with their third.
Let's
see. Would it allow the second as well?
I doubt it. Very highly doubt it. It's that's probably too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking. Hold on a second. Oh, it looks like it just did it. It took their first and a third, and they moved up 3 spots. So right now, Pittsburgh is on the clock.
All right, and I got Pittsburgh taking Tevin Jenkins, the offensive lineman out of Oklahoma State, for this one.
Okay, all right. Tevin Jenkins has risen in a lot of draft boards, so that makes a lot of sense. All right.
Because they need help on that offensive line after what's his face retired.
All right.
But yeah.
Tennessee on the clock. They don't need a tackle, so I don't know why they even say that.
Yeah.
They need a right tackle, but you can get a lot of tackles later on that can make up for that. There's not an interior offensive lineman that they truly need. It's either cornerback or wide receiver here. And something tells me the cornerback aspect of the Mike Vrabel is going to come out here. And I think it's going to be Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. All right, Toby, 23rd pick.
All right, the Jets already have their new quarterback. So offensive line, and not really anything on the board that the Jets need right now. I don't really see much for the Jets on the offensive. Yeah, on the offense side right now that they want to go right here. You're definitely right, Derek. Corner is definitely an option. So I think that's also a route that they're gonna go in Greg Newsome II.
Understandable.
I was just looking at him like, no.
All right, and Josh, you want to trade again with the Colts, or do you want to actually pick somebody here at 24?
Let's pick something. I'm gonna say a name here, and I think it might work. Alex Leatherwood, tackle out of Alabama for us right here.
Really? All right.
Really?
Okay. All right. You're taking a left tackle that early. All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Leatherwood's name normally would fall, I think, but I mean, if you think he's your guy, then you go get him. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
We need to plug up that hole on the left side anyway. And Leatherwood, I got a feeling about him.
All right. Jacksonville now, 25. For some reason, I don't know why, that they don't have a need at defensive interior. I don't know if I'm missing something. I know Josh Allen's on their D line, but I don't know who else they actually have. I know they don't need a linebacker. They got 2 good linebackers. And I think it's too early to try and go for a corner. I don't think they need one, at least not yet. But I think they stretch here with a safety. I think they do need some secondary help. And that's going to be Elijah Molden, safety out of Washington. All right. Number 26, Cleveland Browns. Toby, you up.
All right.
If you don't
Cleveland
pick the person I'm thinking here, I'm going to be mad at you.
I think we're thinking about the same guy. The top one on the list.
No, that's not what I was thinking. It's not what I was thinking at all.
All right, but that's the somebody that I'd love to see for the Cleveland Browns to still be on the board at that time of the draft. Defensive interior, I think it should be on the list for the Cleveland Browns to look at, and therefore Christian Barmore, I think, should be a guy that the Browns should want on the roster.
So mad at you right now. Honestly, I am. All right, Josh, number 27. The Baltimore Ravens.
Well, with this one, I hate the Ravens as much as everybody else does because they just always suck. And I'm in a member, and our family group chat's name is called "Fuck the Bitch Ass Ravens" now. So, with this one, it could either be a hit or it could be an out. So, with this one, I think they're going to take a safety in Trevon Moehrig out of TCU right there. Or did he already go? I was
gonna say he already went, bro. He went with the Raiders.
Dude, that's why I knew I heard it when my iPad stuttered. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, that must have been nothing. And
bro, there's a wide receiver here that I definitely think that you should consider taking here at this pick.
Oh Jesus!
They need a wide receiver more than anything else in this.
You're right, they do. I think. Now I don't have the full list of wide receivers in front of me.
Who do you
stuff is down there.
Who do you?
I think they're going to take Randall Moore out of Purdue right there.
Rondale Moore.
Rondale Moore.
All right. Interesting one there. Interesting. Look,
All right.
Rondale Moore, he's very explosive. I mean, and that's the funny thing too about wide receivers. A lot of teams take wide receivers too early. So, all right. The Saints, wide receiver, linebacker, and corner. Oh man, I am in a loophole here. Oh no, Toby, listen, dude, listen. Okay, listen.
All right. Yeah.
I want to pick wide receiver here. I really do, because there's one guy whose name is here that I really think could be really good in the slot for you guys. But I think there's another player on this board at a position of need that you need more than a wide receiver, and especially if you have Michael Thomas. And it's the guy that I was talking about earlier, and that is Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. Zaven Collins, 6'5", 260 pounds, athletic, can do it all. I think he's a great centerpiece for your defense. So, if I want to hear your thoughts on that pick, let me ask that first.
It's good. I mean, I would definitely go with a linebacker if the board looks like this. Like you said, wide receiver, is a need, but it's definitely something for the later rounds. I think with Michael Thomas, and there are some other guys on the roster still that might not have the chance to shine with Drew Brees, as weird as it sounds. But linebacker is a good call. Zaven Collins, like you said, he's a guy that can do it all. Not 100% sure if Ireland and Sean Payton are the people that like these kinds of linebackers, to be honest.
Gotcha.
Since it's kind of a running joke among Saints fans that there's one given in a Saints draft. We draft a guard and a linebacker that can't cover anybody. So, that's something that you have to look out for in the draft, and Zaven Collins doesn't fit that, but I would love to see it.
Number 29, you're up, Toby.
It's all right to say quarterback. They need another quarterback. They need to draft Jordan Love's replacement.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on, they have to.
Yeah, exactly. They need somebody. I'm torn here between wide receiver and linebacker.
Go linebacker.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wide receiver.
I think we can address wide receivers here in the next couple rounds.
Exactly. I was about to say the same thing as with the Saints. Wide receiver is something that you could look at later. So, linebacker, I think JOK, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. That's the guy who's going to the Green Bay Packers.
All right, Josh, the Buffalo Bills.
I think that they need more corner and linebacker help here than anywhere else, I believe. Now, I think they're going to take... Now, pardon my pronunciation of this name, but since we're at pick 30, it might be a bit of a stretch. It might not be. But I think they're going to take Ifeata Melifioni, or out of Syracuse, the cornerback.
Wait a minute. You're saying a corner out of Syracuse?
Yeah.
Ifeatu Melifione? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who I think they're going to take there.
Okay. Very interesting indeed. But
the Chiefs just torched them in that AFC Championship
yes,
game.
I know, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different corners that I would probably take over this guy right off the bat. But hey, we're here for it, man. We're here for it.
Well, remember, you know what? You can say like all that all you want, but remember, the Raiders took Colin Farrell way before he was projected to go, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a lot of ways I could go with this pick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of ways I can go with this pick here. It's unfortunate because there's so many options that, there's a way to go about it. But, and honestly, like for the needs that they have, they don't need anyone at guard because they just got Joe Thuney. They don't need to worry about that. They do need a tackle. For heaven's sake, they do need a tackle. But listen, no, I can't do that. I was thinking for a second, wide receiver might be an option here because, that's what the Chiefs like to do is they like to just stockpile on wide receivers, and Elijah Moore's name really speaks a lot of volume here. But I think they need a tackle more than anything. But I also think they need an edge rusher. And there's a couple different edge guys here that, I'm surprised have not been drafted yet. So let's go with the consensus number one by the numbers, and that's Kwity Paye, the edge rusher from Michigan. Not a lot of production per se, but he's a very good athlete, very strong. Paye will not make it this far in the first round.
Yeah, no.
Well, when you look at the Chiefs, outside of quarterback, one wide receiver, one tight end, and one running back, everything else they need to get in the draft, pretty much. Like
collection of decent wide receivers, and that's the thing. You don't need wide receivers when you have Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes can make that work.
Yeah.
But they do need defensive help more than anything. So they could not generate anything defensively in the playoffs. All right, Toby, last pick.
All right,
the
last
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, and can we just address that PFF has quarterback as the number one need for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious.
Dang, dude, they don't believe in Tom, man.
Hell nah.
Yeah, I mean we've been saying it for years. He's shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yet just won a Super Bowl with him.
Yeah.
His first season away from the Patriots and just says, "Y'all want to go win a Super Bowl?"
Oh god damn it! That's why I usually don't look at PFF.
This is tough for you. This is where I anticipate Barmore going. I do not anticipate him getting picked before this pick, to be honest with you.
It might be. It really depends. But yeah. I don't think defensive interior is really let me look at the options. Not great.
Yeah, not a lot of great options there.
Mm-hmm.
Although you could take a stretch.
Yeah.
Tommy Togiai is definitely should be higher than ranked 83rd. I think a lot of teams have him in their second round projections. So
definitely.
That they might stretch for him, to be honest. I don't know.
I think they have to stretch either way, because the top guys on the board aren't really needs that the Buccaneers currently have. So either they trade back, which is a real option here, but I see them going with a safety in Richie Grant from UCF.
That will make sense. That will make sense.
What about my boy Kyle Trask? Where you got him?
Let's find out who had the worst drafts of PFF here. So the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 7 draft picks were all A pluses. So we all went perfect there. Devontae Smith was an A for that. Trey Lance, A+. A- for JC Horn for me. Rashawn Slater, that was an A for Toby. Cody. Josh, your pick of Najee Harris to Alabama was a C+. Okay,
hey, I'm average.
Hey,
I'm
it's
above
a B-
average
in my rankings.
That's hilarious. And Christian Darrisaw for me was a B plus. Vera Tucker's a B minus for Toby. Mac Jones to New England is an A plus move.
Yeah, I got another one.
Another quarterback move that he made. The trade, I can't remember they're not showing me what the trade value was on that, but it was a B plus. It was a B plus trade is what they said.
Oh, you got a grade on it?
Yeah, I got a grade on the actual trade itself. They grade trades based off.
Because they said trade ungraded, so
that's weird. Maybe because it wasn't you that did it. Maybe that's why.
Might be.
And then Patrick Surtain, that was an A plus. Morig to the Raiders was an A plus, and then Josh's Aguilari pick was a C plus again. You have another C plus there, Josh.
Dude, this is Pro Football Focus. So
whatever, bro. No. PFF is right on that one. But anyway, Parsons to Washington A plus, Bateman to Minnesota A minus, B plus pick for you, Josh.
with
the Tevin Jenkins pick. Farley to Tennessee's an A. Toby got an A plus on that Greg Newsome pick. Josh, you got a B on your trade with the Colts. An A minus pick for the Alex Leatherwood one.
Mm-hmm.
B minus for me on Elijah Molden. A plus grade for Toby on Christian Barmore. A minus for you, Josh, on Rondale Moore. B plus for me on Zaven Collins. Toby with an A on JOK to Green Bay. Josh with an A minus pick on Ifutu, which is hilarious. I don't know how that's an A minus, but okay.
I'll take it. All these C
Quiddy Pay was an A minus, and then Toby was an A minus for his Richie Grant. So, overall, the came out the least favorite in this was the Philadelphia Eagles with a C plus. So basically, Toby won the draft. I was right below him, and Josh was kind of down here a little bit.
What else is new? What else? If everybody,
at least you said it yourself.
Yeah, you said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah. You know what? This is all participation ribbons by PFF, man. They don't mean anything.